The way I look at success, for me personally, is the degree at which I'm living the quality of life that I want to live. You know, as you can see, I've got some ink on my arms, and one of the tattoos I have on my left arm says, live the life you love and love the life you live. And ultimately, that's how I define my own success. That means my ultimate goal, my ultimate North Star, and ultimately my definition of success boils down to what I just call quality of life. You know, how well am I living a high quality of life? Now, of course, that's also subjective. What you consider a high quality of life might be different than how I define it, might be different than how someone else defines it, and that's okay. All of these things are things that we need to define for ourselves. I have it broken down into 4 pillars. And the degree at which I am living my life and making decisions and spending my time and placing my attention and pouring my heart and soul and love into these 4 components, the degree at which I'm doing that defines whether or not I'm living a high quality of life. And when I am checking these 4 pillars off on a very consistent basis, and I'm living my true, genuine, authentic life, then it is a high quality of life, and I consider myself successful. And those 4 pillars, first is, we'll just call my well-being. That's going to include my physical, my mental, my emotional, and my relational health. You know, am I able to move my body? Do I have time and stillness to think? Am I taking care of my mental wellness? Am I eating clean? Am I getting sleep? Am I doing physical activities that I enjoy doing? So that's just kind of under the pillar of wellness. The second pillar are my relationships. You know, starting from the inside out, the relationships I have with my children. So how well am I forging a more connected relationship with my now teenage children? Also in that, concentric circles are my family and my friends and the people that I work with, the clients that I serve, that group of people. What am I doing to fight for friendship, to work hard to develop and forge those relationships? The third pillar, which is really important to my quality of life, is my craft, is getting better at what it is that I do for a living. You know, I don't consider being a keynote speaker a job. You know, I very much consider it a calling. You know, I feel a tremendous amount of purpose in the work that I do. And I want to get really good at the craft of professional speaking. So I spend a lot of time working on that craft. And, encompassing the craft of being on stage and speaking is the ability to write. So I spend a lot of time in deep thought, a lot of time writing, a lot of time being a guest on other people's podcasts, because it's a great opportunity to practice the skill set of articulating my perspective and my philosophy. So I spend a lot of time working on my craft. And then the fourth pillar of how I would define a high quality of life comes down to life experiences. I don't get me wrong, I like nice things. I've always liked nice things and name brands. If you were to go through the other rooms in my apartment, I don't really have much stuff. I'm less inclined to put my money into material items now as I am to put them into what I'll just call experiences. A lot of those experiences revolve around travel. A lot of those experiences revolve around really good food, because I love food. But a lot of those experiences for me are things that I put on my calendar that I look forward to, things that for me, I have to physically and mentally train for and prepare for. And I've done a whole bunch of experiences over the last several years. So once again, I want to pay attention to my wellness, my physical, my mental, my emotional wellness. I want to pay attention to my relationships with my kids, my family, my friends, my clients. I want to make sure I've always got something on the calendar that I'm excited about. And I want to make sure that I'm paying attention to pouring into my craft and becoming the best speaker that I'm capable of becoming. So when I'm in the zone, when I'm in the flow, when I'm in the pocket, that means most of the time, most of my faculties, energy, and attention are being poured into those 4 areas. And when those 4 things are all grooving and creating some momentum, that is how I define living a successful life. If you know of a team, a business, an event, or organization that would benefit from a message like this, or you know of a group that needs help getting back to the basics, focusing on the fundamentals, and simplifying success, please have them visit alansteinjr.com.